Okay, guys, so sorry about that. I wanted to make these two little boxes one video, but I pushed the stop sharing, stop recording button, and then it uploaded the video, and I couldn't go back and redo it. So I'm just going to add a second video. So the first thing we were talking about is let's look at the equation in the form that it's in. It's already in factored form, so we do not need to factor that. We're already on step 2 here. So what was step 2? Set each factor equal to 0. So we're going to let me make this a little bit bigger. No, not 2. That's too much. We're going to take 2x plus 3 and set it equal to 0. Okay, that's the first term. Then we're going to take the second term, 4x minus 5, and also set it equal to 0. Now we're going to solve for each unknown variable. Got to bring this 3 to the other side. 2x equals negative 3. Then I want to get rid of this. There's 2 times x, so I'm going to divide both sides by x. Those cancel, and I've got x equals negative 3 halves, or 3 over 2. And you can just leave it as a fraction. It's perfectly okay. You don't have to simplify or reduce or anything like that. Just leave it as negative 3 over 2. You can convert to a decimal if you want, but I don't think that's necessary. Now the second equation, or the second term, remember, these are coming from here. These are coming from here. 4x minus 5 came from here. Get rid of that negative 5 by adding 5 to both sides. Get rid of that 4. It's 4 times x, so we're going to do the opposite and divide by 4. X equals 5 over 4, or 5 divided by 4, or 5/4. Okay. And that's all we need to do. Once we get those factors, the second step is set each factor equal to 0 right here, and then the last step is solve for the variable. So in this case, we've got 2 solutions. And this is important. This is going to come into play when we get to the portion next, maybe like in 3-4 weeks, when we start looking at graphing quadratics. Okay, these these solutions are actually going to be where this parabola crosses the x-axis. Okay, but we'll look at that in more detail when we get to the graphing section. Okay, let me go ahead and move on here, since the video got cut a little bit short on the last one and I have some time here. I want you guys to try these on your own. Okay, some of these are already factored. I'll give you a hint. These are already factored. I was feeling generous, so I went ahead and did the first step for you. And all of these are factored. But the challenge question, you need to factor this first. You do need to factor letter C. So you're going to have to find the factors first. Okay. I want you guys to work on these in class. Let me know if you're getting stuck, if you all need help. Ask me or Coach Taylor. If you're in Ms. Monades class, ask Ms. Monades. And then once you're done with the practice, I want you to summarize what you have learned by creating a mnemonic or acronym to help you and your classmates easily remember. What an acronym or a mnemonic is like when we do PEMDAS, right, for order of operations. PEMDAS is parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Or some people, when I was little, we used to learn it as "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." So that's a mnemonic, okay, or an acronym. Sometimes I remember things by making a short list, or sometimes spelling out a word. You could spell out a word like, well, we have to factor. Our first step is to factor. Then we need to set to 0, set equal to 0, and then solve for variable. Okay, it's kind of hard. If you want, you're going to have to come up with your own way to memorize. You don't always have to start with the first letter, but figure out a way to create a shortcut or a mnemonic device or a little sentence to help you remember the steps 1, 2, 3 for solving quadratics by factoring. Okay, and that's it for today. Let me know if you need any help. We'll be here to help you out. Finish these problems. Once you're done with the worksheet, go ahead and put it in your notebook.